Today we're going to be looking at expanding our basic research production, and we're going to start by setting up stone smelting line. So I'm going to temporarily cut this off here, and we won't going to need that many burners for our stone supply. So I'm just gonna copy over 16 smelters. This should be more than enough, and also that's not gonna go over the actual resource patch. So I'm gonna be starting off by doing this build here. While we're putting this build down, oh, we can also start talking about some other things that we want to be looking at, and that is the way we're gonna set up our base, the long-term vision for what our base is gonna look like. As the setup that we have built here is just temporary to get us started. Now, I'm not planning on making this playthrough a mega base playthrough, so we're not gonna be looking at uh, spanning this across the entire map. We're not gonna be doing very complicated builds. I'm gonna put this back into a chest here just in case I'll need some more in the future, because we're probably gonna need a few more stone furnaces. Although we are getting very close to having steel furnaces. Okay, we don't have a lot of miners here. I'm gonna upgrade some of the inserters to the fast inserters, just so that we have enough throughput. And I'm gonna double the long hand inserters. So what we're gonna be doing is we're just gonna build, I think in this area, we're gonna expand probably up to here somewhere. And we're gonna use a main boss system to deliver our resources and manage our resources. More on that a bit later. But for now, I'm gonna be looking at fully mining out this stone patch, as I'll probably want this space to build something. And one thing that I really hate is building over resource patches. So yeah, while that's happening, I am going to build a few more splitters, and I'm also gonna be doing something that I don't like, but unfortunately when I uh, laid out this layout, I put everything off by one space. Everything should have been one row higher, so we could have chests here as well. But well, as you can see, that didn't happen. So now we are going to just have to live with that for the time being. Uh, and while that's happening, I am gonna queue up a few more labs. Okay, I'm gonna wait for some electric um, circuits to come through. Until I do that, okay. So we've mined, I believe, every single resource spot on this patch, and we should be getting um, bricks flowing through here now. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put down a quick setup for stone walls, just in case we need to defend something really fast. I like to have few hundred stone walls available in the base. So we're gonna output into this chest. Let's say I'm gonna limit it to, I think, 500. Yeah, that should be more than enough. Put a couple of inserters here. They need 5 stone bricks, very short build time, so we want to build those as soon as possible. And while that's running, um, let's do another round of steel. I am actually planning on sorting out this steel situation very soon. And I'm also gonna set a chest for us to be able to grab. Actually, I'm gonna do this differently. I want to build steel furnaces, which is something that we've just unlocked, for which we need stone bricks and steel plates. Now, again, steel plates, we don't have that automated, but that's not a big problem. Uh, we'll just hand feed steel for now, and that's going to be the top priority and steel usage for the next foreseeable future. And because we will want to upgrade everything here to be steel furnace. So put all the steel in here. I don't think we need any other steel recipes, any other steel. I don't think we're gonna use steel in any other recipes for now, is what I was trying to say. So the next thing that we're gonna do is um, well, we're gonna fully mine this resource patch. We're gonna draw another full yellow belt of iron ore from this patch. And I want to also lay out a couple of defenses around these two resource patches. So I'm probably gonna need about um, 60, 70 mining drills. Uh, we actually have 70 mining drills. That should be enough for a while. This is probably enough transport belts. Let's get a few electronic circuits. And I do want to expand our labs. I really do not like the setup that we have here with labs on two sides. So I'm just gonna lay them out like this for now. Power them up, and I need 5 more. Yeah, let's go with... No, we're not gonna do that. We have gears in our chest. So there we go, almost 5. Let's start putting down inserters. This should give us way better research time, because some of the researchers right now take quite a lot of time, and I haven't done the math precisely, but I'm fairly sure that the current setup is going to be able to supply enough science packs for the labs that we have here. Let's check power really quick. Um, we're getting very close to our power limit. I'm gonna queue up a couple more researches in the meantime, and one of them that I actually want to have fastest is energy distribution, and you're gonna see why when we're doing the steel setup. Lab research speed should be a good one to have. More space in inventory, definitely. And then we're gonna be going down the. I actually want to be able to build a car. And after this, we're gonna be going down the oil processing route. But yeah, let's fill up the entire queue and we're gonna start building now. We have to leave spaces here for the power poles. And generally, I don't want to put miners on where, like this one, for instance, we're barely at 1K output. So that's gonna be a very short lifespan for that mining drill. But yeah, we can put a few here. I'm gonna put just one here because it looks big, but it's a very low density. So the goal here is to get 70, maybe 80 mining drills. I'm just gonna mine cut a few more trees. We're out of power poles. Pretty soon we're gonna be looking at getting rid of the stone power pole, of the wood power poles, and replace them with steel power poles, which have a longer area and also do not require us manually chopping wood. So we have how many so far? We have only 56. 60 is the bare minimum. So let's see how many we can put here. I'm gonna slowly divert the coal belt by a few tiles so that we don't output onto the coal belt. And let's try to... Okay, I think those power poles are not properly spaced out. Let's do it like this. So now we have 67, and I think that's the best that we're gonna be able to get out of this. Maybe we can put one more here. Why not? And we need to balance these belts out. Now, we're not gonna do an even lane balancer here. We're gonna do a priority lane balancer. And what that does, it makes sure that a belt is always full before diverting resources onto the next belt. And the way we're gonna do that is by using lane balancers. And what we want to do is we want to make sure that the leftmost belt is always full, and then the right hand belt gets all the excess. So the way that we're gonna do that is like this. And this is gonna go like this. onto our secondary array. And one feature that we haven't used yet is, well, we actually have used here to divert resources to the power production. Now we're going to be using it to balance. So what we're going to do here, we're going to take everything from the right belt and push it onto the left belt. So input priority is going to be right and output priority is going to be left. So that means that everything from this belt is going to be prioritized to move onto this belt, and everything onto this belt is going to be prioritized to move into the middle belt, and then again the middle belt is going to prioritize the left belt. So what this means is that everything from these three belts will push resources onto this one, and the excess is going to be balanced onto this belt. And this is going to be our secondary iron production. And we are going to grab another yellow belt that's going to be our steel production. But until then, we're going to do one last manual feed of steel here. We're going to put all the steel that we have to produce more steel furnaces. Not much steel, but it should get us, I believe, around 40 to 50 more 40 to 50 more steel furnaces. Now let's do the next thing, and that is dragging a belt down to the copper patch, to the iron patch right here. I am going to make sure that I have enough resources in my inventory to do that. I only have 32 mining drills. I want to put a few extra for now. So that's 100 and something mining drills. That's plenty of mining drills. Another thing that I'm gonna automate here is the production of red belt, which has double the speed of yellow belt, and it's gonna help us move resources a lot faster. So a very easy way to set this up is like this. Put two assembly machines side by side, have this machine feed into this one, and then this is gonna drain quite a few resources, so we're not gonna overproduce this for now. As you can see, we're already starting to dwindle on how many resources we're getting, and we're basically producing a full lane of resources almost. We just have 12 stone furnaces that are not working. So yeah, we'll just let that pile up for now. And we're gonna be heading down to the iron patch to grab a few more resources from there, a few more iron ore from there. So let's start dragging the belt. I'm also building a few big electric poles. It's just gonna help us carry electricity over long distances much easier. Not that the secondary iron patch is that far away, but we do have a cliff in our way, so I'm gonna try to avoid as much of the cliff as possible. Oops, that was the wrong direction. And unfortunately, it is gonna be a while until we have cliff explosives. So we'll have to see how we manage this this resource patch here. I wonder where our closest power pole line is. well, I believe it's this one. So let's start dragging from here. And I'm gonna put one right over here. This should give us access to the iron patch. Um, One very quick way to get rid of unwanted trees is to use grenades, as you can see me doing here. I'm actually gonna run the lines left to right, not top to bottom, because it's gonna allow us space here to merge everything. And for those of you wondering, yes, I am going to repair that power pole as soon as I'm done putting down the mining drills. I will put as many mining drills as I can get away with. So this line is going to be another full line, and here I have to leave room for some extra power poles. And we can squeeze a couple more here. Oh yeah, this resource patch is very dense, so even the mining drills on the side have above 1k, and that's only a few of them. Most of them have, well, like this one, 35k. This patch is gonna hold us quite a bit of time. We have 46 mining drills, so that's gonna be only one yellow belt for now. We are gonna research a few mining productivity technologies, which is gonna increase the amount of output that we're gonna get out of our resource patches. Let me actually see where that technology is, because I believe we're pretty close to having level 1. Yeah, so we do need a few more things, and that's plastics, advanced electronics, and I'm gonna queue up this one for now. What else interesting do we have here? Uh, yes, lab research speed, sulfur processing we're gonna need for our oil setup. We're not gonna build modular armor yet. We can queue up batteries, and one more technology that we can queue is, let's go with explosives, because I will want cliff explosives soon. We have quite a few cliffs around here. And let's set up power. And this is a bit of an awkward one, but we managed to sort it out. Cool, power here, power here. And I believe that this should be the last power poles, and we're out of power poles again. And that is everything powered up. Now let's merge everything. As I was saying, for now we're gonna be merging everything into one yellow belt. As we research more technologies, we might be able to get 2 yellow belts or a red belt out of this patch, but it's gonna be a while until we get there. So this is probably the easiest way to balance things out. I'm gonna cut just a few more trees here. I'm gonna do another belt balancer here. And yeah, before I completely forget, I want to put down a radar, and then I want to put down a couple of turrets. I think this should be more than enough. For now, the radar is gonna spot out any bases that we might not have seen. I will put a generous amount of resources of firing magazines here because I don't want to come back anytime soon. The radar has already started scanning for new sectors. And that tree is in the way, but that's not a big problem. And we have our iron belt, iron ore belt coming through. Now, let's look at actually using these resources. And what I'm gonna be doing now is I'm actually gonna be upgrading this stone furnace array to be steel and just leave all of this into just one belt. Fortunately, this is pretty easy to do because the yellow belt has 15 items per second, the red belt has 30 items per second, and the crafting speed for the steel furnace is double. So the ratios will match perfectly. Now, what we're gonna do is we don't need this anymore. I will load balance this belt and connect this belt here. Here we're gonna be doing our steel smelting array. I am gonna go grab some red belt and just drag it up to the main consumers, which is now here, the gears and inserters and belts. We have 200, that's plenty. So what we want to do, if we want to be efficient, we want to upgrade just half of it, because the lower half is always going to be fulfilled by having just yellow belt. And we do need to upgrade the splitter here as well, because that's going to act as a bottleneck now. Fortunately, I do have some electronic circuits to steal. So we've upgraded that one. This should be fully operational now. We do need to upgrade the belt and these inserters to make sure that we have 30 items throughput all the way through. We do not need to upgrade these belts. Those belts are more than okay with 15 items per second with yellow belts, but we do also need to upgrade half of the input belts, because this belt needs to be able to carry 15 items per second only on one side of the belt. So we're gonna do the opposite. We're gonna upgrade these all the way up to the middle, and basically we have just doubled our iron production. And yeah, I believe we're close to the 30-minute time for this episode. I'm gonna do just one last thing, just for the aesthetics of it. I didn't want to have just the one yellow belt here. But yeah, in next episode, we're gonna be looking at setting up our steel smelting array, which is gonna look slightly different than the ones that we've gotten used to from here. And after steel, we're gonna be dragging our steel line to a few of the consumers that we already have and go oil outposting. That being said, thank you very much for watching. As always, if you have any questions, comments, critics, please feel free to leave a comment and I'll make sure to read every single one of your comments. And see you here next time.